Konnichiwa, everyone. The Chaos Master here, and welcome to part 3 of the Rise of Team Outcast. Alright. I got a feeling that this is going to be a very fun chapter. Well, if anyone knows well, I'm fairly certain we know what's going to happen in this chapter. But in all seriousness, please, you know the drill. I'm going to keep saying this until things change or whatever. I don't know what I'm going to do. But you know the drill. Hit that hit the dynamic entry kick, that subscribe button. Chidori the like button. Chidori the notification bell so you never miss a video. And use the Rasengan to break into the comment section and leave a comment down below. But before all that, let's jump right into this fanfiction reading. Chapter 3. First Day. Welcome to Hell. The week following the graduation of both Naruto and Natsumi was something to remember. It seemed their parents were more than happy to go overboard in making sure they were prepared for their new lives as village shinobi. They bought the two of them all new equipment, shinobi garb in their respected style each, and any odds and ends they wanted. You sure you two got everything you need to... You have a great start already, Chaos. You sure you two got everything you're going to need? Kushina said, fussing over them both. Grown children they were, but that didn't stop from making a big deal over this. Mom, relax. Today's just a team assignment, not the actual Genin test, Naruto assured his stepmother. Even though Kushina raised him, his mother, locked up inside Natsumi, still got that title in his mind. Oh, I know. I'm just worried about the two of you is all, she admits, taking a deep breath to calm herself down and not make such a big deal of this. Don't worry, sweetie. We spent all these years getting them ready for today. If they weren't ready, I would eat my hat, Minato said, hugging his wife. He, like her, was nervous, but he understood his children were growing up. And instead of cuddling them, it would be better to let them go out on their own. That's right, Mom. You two spent so long training us that we probably could qualify as tuning if we were really pushing it, Natsumi said. It wasn't cockiness in her voice. She just knew, thanks to all the years' training, they would be ready. You're right. I'm just worrying over nothing, Kushina said, calming down. They would be fine after all. It was just team assignments today, and they would have a long way to go before they actually got to go on any kind of real mission. All right, you two get going, Minato said, grabbing his own things so he could head to his office and deal with the paperwork. We'll see you both after the team selections, Natsumi said as she and Naruto ran out and blurred away in a burst of speed. You really think those two are ready for this? Natsumi already has enough stress as it stands with the QB sealed in her, and Kami forbid the village finds out what Naruto really is, Kushina said, worried. Hey, none of that now, Minato said, gently giving her a hug and a kiss. Natsumi and QB have an agreement in place. We know that the fox won't try anything on her since they semi-get along, and the fact that Naruto knows who his real mother is, accepts it, and still treats us as family shows that they are more than ready for any kind of stress life and the village can throw at them, Minato assured her, making her take another deep breath. You're right. I'm just being paranoid, Kushina said, smiling at him. Another kiss was given, and she watched her as her husband streaked away. Still, I can't help but feel something is going to happen. Guess I'll just have to wait and see if it is for the better or for the worse, Kushina thought before heading out. Naruto and Natsumi laughed a bit as they streaked across the rooftops towards the academy, long since having mastered running with chakra and now used it daily as a control exercise of their own. So, who do you think will be on your team? Naruto called out. Not sure. I doubt it'll be Ishika or Choji. since everyone expects they will form the new Inoshika team, like their parents did. I prayed neither Pinky or Duck Butter with me, otherwise I'll probably end up killing them. Maybe Kiba and Shino. With how good my nose is, we can make an effective tracking team. What about you? Hoping you end up with Kenji and Kiana? Natsumi asked, glancing over. Yeah, hopefully. Dad knows you make an effective team already, with all the trouble we cause around the village. Not to mention, he has seen us fight. Why split up a team that is already built? Naruto pointed out. It was sound logic, seeing how they already were in the mindset of an active cell just without the instructor. You make a good point, Natsumi hummed as she thought it over. Soon enough, the familiar side of the academy came into view. Being one to always make an entrance, when Natsumi saw an open window to their class, she hopped towards it, leapt off the frame, and landed in an action pose on Haruka's desk. Unfortunately, the only one in the room to see it was Shikamaru, who was asleep, and Shino, who didn't care. This caused her to sweat drop awkwardly. Smooth, oh sister of mine! Make a massive ass of yourself to no one, Naruto said, walking in through the door to his seat like a normal person. Natsumi bristled and closed her eyes. Shut up, jerk! You made flashier entrances than that for a lesser reason, she said, hopping down. She's got you there, Naruto. Remember, you did once detonate a paint bomb instead of a smoke bomb to make an entrance, and covered the whole first row in Haruka Sensei in orange paint, Shikamaru said sleepily, before going back to, well, sleep. Yeah, but the difference between those was that mine was funny, and Natsumi's just made her look like a dork standing on a teacher's desk, Naruto replied. This, in turn, earned a smack by his passing sister. The room quieted from there as new Genin began to wander in and find a seat. Friends sat with friends to hope they would be placed on the same team. Enemies sat far away from each other for the opposite reason. Soon, Naruto perked his head up from where it was laying down, caught the familiar scent of dog and cat close by. For the new day, Kenji and Kiana had decided to change their looks. Kiana now wore a blue and silver battle skirt with two kunai holsters on each hip and a shuriken pouch added to it. Thigh-high blue socks and blue shinobi sandals completed the look with her headband around her neck and her usual blue face mask keeping her the same. Kenji had gone simpler, keeping his black shirt, but now had a light gray coat loaded with pockets and the hood down, showing his black hair. Metal arm guards with claw gloves rested on his hands, each with a kunai launcher mechanism on each. Black shinobi pants and sandals completed the look. Ha! See, you two decided to change things around now that we're getting. Never pegged you as someone to wear a battle skirt, Kiana, Naruto said, smiling at his two friends. Yeah, thought it was about time for me to be taken seriously. And when your shirt is a little more than a bra with some extra covers, well, it's time to add more armor to your body. And these are the best I could find for that, Kiana said. See, you decided to add a bit more color to yourself as well, Kenji said as he and Kiana took their seats next to him. It was true. Naruto had switched his black shirt for red, and his kunai holsters were the same. He also added red tail designs going around the arms of his coat. More or less the whole design was to add more of his own subtle mockery to the village of who his real mom was. Can we stop talking about clothes now? We're shinobi, not gossiping girls. Keanu said, really wanted this silly conversation to end. Yeah, sure. So you think your dad will end up putting us on a team together? I hope he does. I doubt I can leave this little pack of mine behind, Kenji said, trying to take this serious. But the bouncing in his chair and the excited tail wags from Takamaru did not help that image. I'm a firm believer he will. We're effective together, so why split us up and try to force us on teams we won't be able to properly work with? Naruto said to reassure them. The conversation died when the door opened and a loud shouting was heard. Sakura and Ino were once again trying to be first in class so they could sit next to their precious Sasuke. You ever wonder if those two have a brain cell between them? Kiana asked with a glare at them. The cat girl absolutely despised fangirls with a burning passion. To her, they were weak examples of kunoichi and sully their good name. Considering in all the time they had been here, neither one of them has figured out Sasuke sits in the middle of his desk unless someone else claims to sit next to him, so they could both sit with him. I'm going to take an educated guess and say no, Genji said. I would pity the poor duck butt if he wasn't so much of an emo child, Naruto said, smirking. His sister making a connection between Sasuke's hair and a duck's rear end was the best thing that ever happened to him. All right, all of you quiet down, Iruka said as he walked into the classroom. Hey, Sensei! What the hell is Natsumi doing here? This is the graduation class, not the flunky room. Kiba said with a sly smirk, making the others laugh and Natsumi gloom a bit. However, that stopped a second later when a kunai flew across the room and impaled a chair a bare millimeter in front of Kiba's family jewels. Dog boy, unless you want to find out what it feels like to be neutered, then keep your damn mouth shut. Naruto growled, glaring at him and making Kiba shiver. That's enough, Kiba. That is no way to talk to your fellow ninja. Natsumi may not have passed the exam, but she did earn her way here through other means. And Naruto, even if they threaten your sister, please don't antagonize others, Iruka said in a harsh tone. Naruto nodded and retrieved his kunai before sitting down. Now, as of today, you are all Leaf Shinobi of the village. I wish from here I could tell you things get easier, but they don't. However, you have worked hard and trained hard, and I am confident you will be able to make yourselves into legends if you keep on this path. Iruka said, making it clear he was proud of all of them. Now, for what you all want to hear, the team selection. The team selection exams. Team selections. My bad. Iruka said, grabbing a clipboard and began to read. Kami, my cousin, is an idiot. I feel like I owe you an apology for that, Naruto, Kenji said as they turned to talk until they heard their names. Nah, you weren't the one who made the comment, Kenji. If you had, I would have gone after your balls, Naruto said, dismissing it. By the way, please don't bring up neutering again. That's like one of the worst fears a dog in an Inuzuka has, Kenji said. Naruto chuckled and nodded. Alright, I won't bring it up again unless I need to make my point clear to you or someone else from your clan, Naruto said. Not that he very much would unless they piss him off. He had nothing against Kenji's Aunt Tsum, since the woman often was nice to him. Team 7 will be Natsumi Uzumaki Namikaze, Sakura Haruno, and Sasuke Uchiha, led by Kakashi Hatake. Naruto heard Iruka say and perked up. Glancing over, he looked and chuckled at his sister's look of horror as she face planted on the desk with a groan. The cheer that Sakura gave was enough to hurt his ears, however, so he did not appreciate that. Team 8 will consist of Kiba Inuzuka, Shino Aburame, and Hinata Hyuga, led by Kurenai Yuki, Iruka said. Less reaction from that group outside of Kiba's cheer. Naruto swore, however, he saw Hinata look slightly gloomy and mumbled she wouldn't be with Natsumi. Team 9 is still in rotation. Team 10 will be Shikamaru Nara, Shoji Akamichi, and Ino Yamanaka, led by Asuma Saratobi, Iruka said. Ino groaned and complained about being teamed with the two slackers. Finally, Team 11 will be Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze, Kenji Inuzuka, and Kiana Yukino Miko, led by Uncle Mitarashi, Iruka said. For some reason, Naruto noticed he shivered when he read that name. All of you excused for lunch. Return in 1 hour to meet your Jonin and commander, Iruka said, letting them go for a quick break so they could be ready in the near future for the sensei. Was I the only one who noticed that Iruka-sensei seemed to shiver when he said our sensei's name? Kenji asked as he pulled out some food from his bag. The other two did the same from two storage scrolls. No, I noticed it too, actually. It almost seemed like he was nervous about our sensei. Naruto said, thinking it over. He couldn't quite place it, but he could have sworn he heard the name Anko somewhere before. Maybe his dad mentioning it in passing or something. Well, whoever this Anko is, I hope she is at least a good teacher. From what I heard about some of the other Jonin, Kakashi is a proverbial smut fanatic who is always late to anything bearing a A-rank mission or higher. Asuma is a lazy man who spends way too much time playing shogi and smoking. Kurina is decent, although she does favor Kunoichi a bit, Kiana said. Those three were the worst, seeing how she had never heard of any of the other instructors. So with luck, we got a decent sensei, Naruto said hopefully. He wanted someone who could teach them all kinds of things outside the normal shinobi. They were Team Outcast as well as Team 11. They like not fitting the mold of the world. With luck, you got an interesting sensei, Kiana said. The way she spoke differently. The way she said that spoke differently. She hoped they got a sensei who would accept them. Well, I certainly can fit that role, a sly voice said from behind them, making them freeze. A hand with a kunai suddenly shot out and wrapped around Kiana's neck as a woman with purple hair tied up to look spiky, and her eyes were a dark brown that danced with mischief and slight sadistic glee. Who are you? Kiana asked, trying to keep the fear out of her voice, eyes on the kunai rarely. Why, am the fabulous person you were just speaking about. I believe you called me an interesting sensei, Anko said, smirking at them. You, you're, you're our new sensei? Naruto asked. Now he knew where he had heard of her. She was the happy-go-lucky sadist in TNI. His dad dealt with a lot. She was gonna be teaching them. That's right, kiddies. You're stuck with me till I either say you're ready or I end up killing you with my methods, she said with a smirk plastered on her face. Something told him they would soon come to hate that look. So, what are you doing here now? We were supposed to meet our senseis in an hour, Genji asked. Oh, I thought, hey, why don't I have lunch with my new cute little students? She told them. Though it sounded nice, they weren't so sure. Soon enough, sitting around here all day. So, sitting around here all day, Roof and I cannot say this paragraph right. So, enough sitting around here all day. Roof in 5 minutes, otherwise I'm sending a snake after you, she said before vanishing in a poof. What do you... What do you think she meant by sending a snake after us? Kenji asked after a minute of silence. Kenji, let me ask you an honest question. Do you really want to find out? Kiana asked. No, I do not. Let's go, Kenji said. And just like that, the trio hurriedly grabbed their things and headed for the roof, so they did not incur the wrath of their sensei this early on. When they got there, they found Anko sitting on the railing near some benches, munching on a plate of dango. Come on, kiddies, come have a seat, she called, waving them over. So, allow me to be the first to welcome you all to Team 11, or as I really hope you keep calling it, Team Outcast, Anko said once they came over and sat. Oh, you heard about that, didn't you, Sensei? Kenji asked. He half expected her to start scolding them for that kind of reckless behavior. However, to his and the others' extreme surprise, Uncle leaned back and gave a deep laugh, nearly falling off the railing. Heard about it? Kid, if I didn't have my job on line as a Jonin and didn't want to deal with all that paperwork that would have come with it, I probably would have been out there helping you three, she admits to them. Seriously? Most people would probably scold us for that kind of behavior, not be here singing our praises for that kind of sense we pull, Kiana said, raising an eyebrow. Well, kitty cat, I hate to break the news to you. I am not like most people. I'm more like you guys, the kind of person who takes normal and punts it out the living room window. Seriously, I had to beg hands and knees to be able to get you guys as my team, she freely admitted. You wanted us as a team? Naruto said, surprised anyone would agree. Surprised again anyone would want them together under them. Hell yeah! You three are the kind of kids I could actually stand teaching. The kind who break normal rules of society and bring a little fun into the world. Most people don't even have the nerve to do that, Anko told them. They took a moment to let those words sink in. At first, they had been wary of Anko because of how she acted towards them in the classroom. But here, seeing her like this made them realize she was the perfect person to fit into the little social crazy group they had put together, and would probably make them even more crazy than they already were. Well, now. Well, now that we have that all cleared. Well, now that we have all. Can I speak today? Well, now that we have that all cleared up, how about some nice info to share around? Here, I'll be nice and go first. My name is Uncle Mitarashi. I enjoy training, scaring idiots, torturing people with a biggie, and dango. I hate a certain white snake, perverts, and idiots, and anyone who touches my dango. My current dream is to make my old sensei pay for his crimes, and maybe if I have time, make you three into legends, she said with a smirk and a dango stick between her teeth. Guess I'll go next. My name is Kenji Inuzuka. I like my partner, hunting, nighttime, training, my friends, and most of my family. I dislike my cousin when he is an idiot, cats except for Kiana, and baths. My dream is to become the greatest Inuzuka since the founding of our clan, Kenji said with a bark from Takamaru to have him agree. I'll go now. My name is Kiana Yuki no Miko. I enjoy training, being with my friends, warm days, and relaxing in the sun. Catnip, sweets of any kind, and music. I hate dogs except Takamaru and Kenji, baths as well, perverts, and those who can't deal with the fact I'm part cat. My dream is to one day avenge my clan and bring it peace by starting fresh here, Kiana said, crossing her arms and closing her eyes. Me last, I guess. Name's Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. I like training, my sister, my family, my friends, ramen, and sleep. I hate bullies, the time it takes to cook ramen, and those who would hurt my sister because of her burden. My dream is to one day become a master of Funjutsu and help someone special to me, Naruto said with a firm nod and smile. I'm going to assume the person you want to save is your mother, currently locked up tight in your sister, Anko said, smirking at disbelief look at Naruto's face. How did you... Naruto started trying to make sense of what she just said. How did she know his secret? Your dad filled me in... Your dad filled me in on that key bit of info. Said if I was going to be training you, better have full of facts than going in half-cocked. Honestly, Fuzzy, I couldn't care less if you're related to the QB. You have never attacked a village, and you sure as hell don't act like some kind of vicious creature who needs to be locked up. So your secret's safe with me, Anko said. Naruto took a bated breath Naruto took a bated breath. That had been too nerve-wracking. Now, on to the more unpleasant bit of news I have for you three, Anko said, although she didn't look like it pained her all that much to actually have to deliver the news. The real Genin test, right? Naruto said, confusing his two friends. Dead on the money, Fuzzy. Of the students who graduate, only about 14 will be able to fully be accepted into Genin. The academy test was just a way to take a peek at the hopefuls. Now it's time to see if you have any skills or if that's all just hot air, Anko said. The three nodded and paid attention. They didn't intend to whine or complain. They were going to take this seriously and actually do well on this test to make sure they got accepted as full shinobi. Good. They intend to take this seriously and act like grown-ups. At least I won't have to deal with any whiny kids, Uncle thought. I expect all of you to meet at Training Ground 44 tomorrow, 7 a.m. sharp. You fail to show up and you can kiss your spot on this team goodbye, Anko said before standing. Her meal finished, she turned to leave. However, a thought grazed her mind and she turned back to them. Oh, and a word of advice. Don't bring any food with you. The tigers tend to be able to smell those kinds of things, she said before jumping away with a laugh. The trio looked at each other before a collective thought ran through all three of their minds. What have we gotten ourselves into? Alright, and that is part 3 of Rise of Team Outcast. Now, I would go into the next chapter, however, I'm not certain how long you guys want these parts to be. So, if you guys want longer parts, or if you guys like when the shorts are when if you guys like me reading just one chapter at a time, let me know. If or if you want, and I get to some parts, and they're like very short, I can read the next chapter afterwards. Right now, I'm going to record the next part, so at least I'll have that up and running. Until next time, hit that big red subscribe bar, turn on the notifications so you never miss another video. Leave a comment down below, and I'm the Chaos Master, and I'll be seeing you next time. Chaos Control!